G'day, my name's Trevor Monahan. I'm a chartered accountant, business valuer, and owner of Climax Business Strategies. Now I'm going to start this video with a warning that most people are going to be offended by the content of this video. Now there's a good reason for that. Judging my Facebook feed and the email marketing that I receive, everybody thinks business is easy, and there's always that quick win or magic formula that's going to make it so. Now this video is about actually how hard business is. As a chartered accountant and business valuer, it's my job on a daily basis to sit down and pick apart businesses, often businesses that are failing, and work out what could be done better. And never ever is it a simple tweak or a simple sexy strategy that's going to fix the marketing and sales of the business. Always, without exception, there's something wrong with the business model. So during this video, I'm going to take you through the steps that I use to uncover a successful business model. And so you can use this video as a bit of a checklist of the things that you need to be doing in your business. Now, if you're the type of person that wants to look for the sexy new strategy and you want to look to gurus, you're not going to find that here. I'm not a guru, I'm the anti-guru. I'm not going to give you any answers. I'm just going to give you the right questions. Now, at the end of the day, business is all up to you. You can't rely on anybody, and you've got to make sure you've built a strong fundamental base. I've had enough. The last thing you need is another business guru to win and address your business. I'm sick of hearing gurus tell business owners that with a few magical tweaks you can create a great business. The truth is that business is hard. Without an exceptional business model, anything else is just delaying the inevitable. I'm a chartered accountant and independent business valuer who is regularly appointed by solicitors and other accountants to pick apart businesses and provide a detailed assessment to the courts. And let me tell you that there is a lot of bad and negligent information out there. I don't know whether it's human nature or just good marketing, but I see so many self-proclaimed business gurus out there making people feel at ease now that you have their patented success formula or their latest super sexy stealth tactic. Do you honestly think that a few well-intended tweaks to your corporate brand and social media strategy are going to make any real difference to your cash flow and business value? Do you seriously think that a new website, flyer, brochure or ad is going to turn your business around or drive the bottom line results to a new level? Have you noticed yourself blaming the economy or your stupid prospects for not producing the revenue that you'd hoped was possible? Are you looking for a guru to ride in on a white stallion to give you those magical tweaks that will finally allow you to tell your family and friends the truth about how your business is actually performing without dreading the inevitable "I told you so"? When will you be ready to concede that your business model probably needs fundamental changes? Will there ever come a time, or is it too scary to consider given how far you've come and what you'd have to let go? Do you have the guts to review the fundamental assumptions? The problem is that most businesses never achieve their potential because no one ever took the time to build a strong business model at the outset. And as time goes on, it becomes harder and harder to find sexy tweaks to fix a broken business model. Trust me, I've been there myself. Have you ever launched a post, tweet, share, upload, add, email or letter and got no response? And thought it's not your fault that other people just don't care? The truth is that no one cares about your business and no one ever will. Once you understand that, you can get over it and build a business model that doesn't rely on the assumption that people will ever care about who you are or what you do. The only thing you really need to do is plan how to find a way to be first in line when a real person has a real problem that needs to be solved immediately for the mutual benefit of you both. Then you can build a profitable and scalable business model on the back of that very specific situation. This isn't about any of that sexy give the market what they want branding rubbish. This is about solving problems for people who are willing and able to pay, and being able to deliver the solution with an ironclad guarantee in a way that is the most profitable use of your time and resources. Importantly, it needs to be the best use of your resources, which means by definition that you need to consider other opportunities and associated opportunity costs before you can make an educated assessment. All this is obviously much harder than simply launching a website or starting a products or services business and waiting for the money to roll in. But you need to know that there are no shortcuts in business. You do it properly or you get a job. Sorry to be so blunt, but I'm sick of hearing so-called gurus saying that everyone can do it or that it's easy with the right business coach or the right belief or why. Trust me, I own, operate and advise a number of businesses, and let me tell you, all of them are hard. But with the right fundamentals and hard work, much of it in uncomfortable situations, you can hit the targets and generate positive cash flow eventually. But it won't happen by itself, and it certainly won't happen just because a guru told you so, or because you've bought the formula or learned a sexy new marketing or sales tactic. How do I know all this? Well, I've been on both sides of the fence. I'm a chartered accountant and business valuer, having given business advice for over a decade. I've been appointed as an independent expert valuer for over 60 businesses in the last 12 months alone. And I have also owned, I don't anymore, a business coaching franchise, which was part of a national group of 63 coaching franchisees. And do you know what was the only thing on the agenda at each quarterly franchisee conference? How to sell people business coaching services. Seriously, I can't recall in over 3 years ever having a meaningful conversation with other business coaches about how to make other people's businesses grow. Needless to say, most of the franchisees no longer exist. This is why the last thing you need is another guru to follow. So what do I mean when I talk about business model? Here are 15 key issues to consider. Who is your target customer, and what is it that specifically makes them so? How big is the customer's problem, and how much value is there to them if solved? Is the target customer willing and able to share that value with the person that solves their problem? What is it about your resources that enables you to solve that type of problem? What is your competitive advantage or the barriers to entry for others solving the same problem? How can you get the attention of the customer at the time they are ready to solve their problem? How can you establish real trust so that the customer believes you can solve their problem? How do you structure a guarantee so that you carry all the risk if the problem isn't solved? How do you price your solution so that it makes sense to the customer in proportion to their problem? How do you manage the timing of the payments so that you can manage the cash flow timeline? How do you deliver the solution in a profitable, predictable, and scalable manner? How do you leverage off the past successes of solving problems for customers? How many separate micro niches can you identify and service? What other problems can you solve for your past customers? And finally, how do you structure all of this so that someone would write you a large check to buy your business because you have a system for solving problems and making profits? All of the above issues are applicable and mandatory for every business I've ever seen or heard of. You don't have this stuff sorted out, then in my opinion, you are only pretending, and you need to get serious or get a job and let someone else be responsible for these issues. I'll say it again, no coach, consultant, accountant, investor is going to be responsible for these things for you, not even me. It is all up to you. Get educated, get implementing, and be responsible. Notice that branding, marketing, Facebook, etc. are not important elements in their own right, but if used properly, can support each of the above objectives. They are a means, not an end, people. Like everyone in business, I have a huge opportunity cost for my time. And I'm not a salesman, I'm a professional advisor with real qualifications and real clients who have real problems and opportunities. So what am I trying to say? It's hard to say this without offending people, but it has to be said. I don't want to spend my time on tie kickers or gunner, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. So what does this mean for you? Well, you have to make a decision, eventually. You need to decide if your problem or opportunity warrants my full and undivided attention. And the good news? You don't have to decide now. Here's what I want you to do. Register for my next free webinar called Creating a Business Model That Fundamentally Works. It's free. At the webinar, I'll go into more detail about the critical business model issues I've briefly touched on in this video. I'll also show you a simple spreadsheet I use to forecast the profitability of any business or project. And to prove I practice what I preach, I'll share the marketing psychology and online tools I've used in my own business to identify and target specific micro niches. Remember, I'm the anti-guru, so I'm not going to convince you that I have all the answers, but I can guarantee you will walk away with the right questions to be asking yourself. After attending the webinar, you'll know whether you need my 100% focus on your business, or alternatively, you can just choose to get involved passively by getting on the mailing list, following my blog, watching my videos, and attending webinars from time to time. You see, it's all up to you. No one can make business decisions for you. It's time to take responsibility. To register for the next free webinar, go to climaxbusiness.com.au/events. Of course, if you have a real problem or opportunity that needs solving right now, and you promise you're not a tie kicker, then absolutely don't wait to call. Call me on 1300 585 299 and ask our receptionist to speak to me, Trevor Monahan, immediately. Or send me a direct email at trevor@climaxbusiness.com.au with a full rundown of your problem or opportunity, and I'll respond as soon as I can. But only if you have a big business problem or opportunity, and only if you're ready to solve it straight away. By the way, I know for a fact there are two types of people that are watching this video right now. There's the people that can't believe I would have such a blunt approach, an approach that will certainly hurt my chances of endearing myself to many potential customers. Surely that's bad marketing. And then there's those that get it. These people take business very seriously and understand they have no right to be successful. They know they have to do the hard work and really earn it. To be honest, I'm tired of dealing with people that don't take business as seriously as I do. If you enjoy learning sexy new ideas and funky tactics, but never take the time to look at the big picture to see if the business model is working, then you're probably going to be in the 80% of businesses that don't make it past a couple of years. And you've probably been offended by most of this video. But if watching this video has fired you up and made you more determined than ever to create a business model that fundamentally works, then you're in the right place and it's time to get even more serious. What gives me the right to speak about these issues? I'm a qualified chartered accountant who owns my own practice specialising in strategic advice and business valuations for SMEs and corporate executives. I've been engaged as an independent expert business valuer on over 60 occasions in the past 12 months alone, often engaged directly by solicitors and other accountants and the courts. My focus is to understand the fundamentals of the business and analyse past performance to predict future performance and business value from both financial and operational perspectives. I have degrees in both commerce and economics from the University of Newcastle, and I'm a certified business broker and tax agent. I provide accounting, taxation, and strategic planning advice to business owners every day of the week, so I had to get good at it eventually, eh? I also have an active financial and entrepreneurial involvement in a cloud-based software development company, which gives me a frontline insight working in the trenches of the new economy. If you're serious about business and sick of the latest and greatest self-promoting gurus, register for the next free webinar at climaxbusiness.com.au/events. Congratulations for having the courage and the patience to make it this far into the video. I know that most people don't, you're certainly on the minority. Look forward to seeing you on the webinar at climaxbusiness.com.au/events. And certainly if you do have that very big problem or that very big opportunity that you want to talk to me about directly, my door is always open to people that are serious and aren't tie kickers, and you can contact me in the usual ways via phone or email. And until next time, I'll see you soon.